Movies for some people are more important to them than going to school, drinking water, or even breathing. But the reality is that everyone on the scorching tennis ball is going to die at one point by either natural causes or a new Fortnite skin. So today, to make sure that you live your best life, here are 5 movies you need to watch before you die. And yes, there is a superhero movie on this list. Okay, calm your tits. So the first movie we're going to dig our nose in is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. Jiminy Crickets, if there was ever a movie that could cure cancer or end wars, it would be this movie. Because the amount of togetherness, the amount of unity this movie has brought to people around the world created more unity than a UNICEF campaign. And I remember when this movie came out in 2011, and me telling you that this movie was basically a religion for every 8-year-old at the time would be an understatement. This movie did something to kids that seemed more impossible than finding the One Piece, the impossible task of reading. We actually read books. Now reading is more relevant than Angry Birds. Like, come on, you think Dune is going to do anything? That book is the size of the CN Tower. And don't forget the robbery from the academy that was Devin Bostic's performance in this movie. You're telling me that Bostic's performance was worse than the Dookie Dunk performance Daniel Day-Lewis put up in Lincoln? I don't think so, okay? Watch this movie. Now, the next movie you should watch before you die is Central Intelligence. You know, one of the very few movies where The Rock can actually act. And I know you're probably looking for a cinematic masterpiece that will make you ejaculate tears from your eyes, but I'm being deadly serious. This is a really good movie on the condition that you're drunk and you're with your homies. I'm telling you, watch this movie with your boys and talk over it like we're back in the Stone Ages and make fun of every little thing that you see or hear, like a terrible CGI sequence or maybe a piece of writing that felt like it was written by a leapfrog author. Trust me, you'll love this movie. The next movie you need to watch before you perish into dust is Sound of Metal. Because look, this movie will make you contemplate your life more than 2 girls, 1 cup. And if you don't know what this movie is about, it's about a man who is trying to make a life for himself in a band until all of a sudden he goes deaf and has to readjust to these new circumstances. Like, I'm telling you, this movie felt like if God was a filmmaker. Like, there are very few movies out there that can make you take better care of the things that you take for granted. Because before Sound of Metal, I was listening to music at 100%, but now it's at 90%. I get my ears cleaned every week as well. It was truly life-changing. I'm telling you, if you don't watch this movie, you're more dumb than someone freezing boiling water so you don't have to boil it again. But anyways, the next film you should watch before you die is Red Notice. Now, your little noodle may be sensing a little bit of a theme between Red Notice and Central Intelligence. And my little Einsteins, you are correct. I chose these two because of one commonality, and that's that they were directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber. This guy is a comedy connoisseur. He's directed many iconic comedies, like Dodgeball was a great comedy, We're the Millers is a great comedy, and Skyscraper is a great comedy. He has the movie industry in the palm of his hands. But anyways, in terms of the actual movie, it's great and awesome and stuff, but my only gripe with this film is that it ended. I thought this movie would last a lifetime, but now I am dying inside because I don't have enough Red Notice. But I don't think I need to worry about that because the Red Notice cinematic universe is on the horizon and is going to make Marvel eat dookie. But lastly, the final movie every chuckle nut needs to see before they die is arguably one of the best, if not the superhero movie of all time, Spider-Man Lotus. Now, I know the director and the Peter Parker actor are both racist, but if everyone is able to watch The Flash, then you could easily manage to watch this film with an open mind and separate the art from the artist. Because after watching this fan film, which is an absolute insult to call it a fan film, it feels like it was directed by Tarantino, but after watching it, if you just forget about what the director said, what the actor said, the cinematography, the lighting, the editing, the action, the setting, the writing, the Green Goblin costume, the score, the transitions, the 2-hour runtime, it's actually pretty good. Now watch another video, you blueberries, and see ya.